to go ahead and talk about the script hooks, the shell and batch script hooks. So welcome back. In the last video we talked about the general settings for the CloudCard photo downloader, and we're going to cover these sections, I think, individually as we go on, or at least in smaller sections. The script hooks. What is a script hook and why do you want it? So a script hook is simply a place where you can ask the CloudCard photo downloader to go ahead and run a shell script if you're on Mac or Linux, or a batch or CMD script if you're on Windows, and that allows you to extend the functionality of the CloudCard photo downloader. I'll give you a use case. It used to be when we integrated with CS Gold, it was sort of a two-step process. People would schedule the CloudCard photo downloader to run, every 10 minutes or so, or even every minute, and then that would download the photos to the file system, and then CS Gold would have in its batch queue would have a utility called the CS Gold Image Import Export utility. They would have that run that would pull the photos from the file system that CloudCard photo downloader had just saved and store them into CS Gold's database. Well, with both of those scripts, that doubles the amount of time that you might have to wait. So if you have them both set at every minute, or if you have them both set at every 10 minutes, it could be 2 or 20 minutes that you're waiting. So we added these script hooks to allow the CloudCard photo downloader to go ahead and run specific scripts, so that they would happen immediately, and also so they didn't need to run when there was nothing to do, right? So if CloudCard photo downloader doesn't download any photos, there's no point in running that image import export utility just to check an empty directory. Okay, so let's take a look at some examples here. So I started to put together some of those in here, and I just need to type this out, mock. All right, so we have several different hooks, and we're going to talk through those. So the pre-execute command, which is right here, and the pre-execute command gets executed every single time CloudCard runs. Okay, so if run once is set to, if repeat is set to true, then the pre-execute command will happen every single time CloudCard photo downloader wakes up. So every 2 minutes, every minute, whatever, and it will run every time at the very beginning, and the post-execute command will run every single time at the very end. Okay, the pre-download command and the post-download command are similar, but they only run if there were photos that are either ready to be downloaded in this case, or that were just downloaded. So if CloudCard photo downloader finds photos that need to be downloaded, it will immediately run the pre-download command, and then if it successfully downloads photos, it will run the post-download command before the post-execute command runs. Okay, so let's go ahead and mock those out. So I've just got a couple of simple scripts run that are over here that are just mock scripts. So mock pre, let me make sure I can run all these. Sorry about that. CH, if I could type correctly. All right. Mock pre-execute command. So all that does is it spits out, hey, I'm running and I'm finished. Okay, and they're all the same way. Pre-download command is just going to say the same thing. Okay, just little mock scripts that don't actually do anything. They just say I'm running. Okay, that's it. Okay, so let me go ahead and just type these in here really quick, if you can bear with me. Pre-download, post download, and post. All right, hopefully I typed everything in correctly. So These are the settings from over here, right? Okay, so you save that, close it, and we're just going to type run here. Oops. Run.sh. All right. No output in the screen, which is what we want. Okay, looks like it downloaded some photos. Okay, we can see today at 10:54. It's currently 10:54, so that's good. We can check the summary. At 10:54, we downloaded some photos, which is good. Now let's go check the log and see what we're seeing. So let's scroll down in here, and we can see right here, okay, that it started downloading photos, and it said, hey, I'm running this pre-execute command, right? And then, you know, pre-execute command's running, it's finished, right? Okay, here it starts the pre-download command, right? It downloads 2 photos, creates the summary file, and then it says, hey, I'm running the post-download command, it's running, it's finished. I'm running the post-execute command, it's running, it's finished, and then it spits out, all right, I finished downloading 2 more photos. Let's double check, because it's possible in a minute here this is going to kick off again, and it'll run. Yeah, there we go, it ran again. And you can see that it did exactly the same thing. Now, if those 2 photos actually were not downloaded, of course, the pre-download and the post-download, you know, if there were no photos to download, the pre-download and post-download commands would not run. Okay, that's pretty much it for script hooks. Okay, they're pretty straightforward, but they're super, super powerful. Okay, like I said, if you're on Windows, it can be a batch script or a CMD script. I don't know if there's any difference between the 2 of those. But one thing to bear in mind, the command does not is not expecting any arguments. Okay, so if you were to try to write a command in here, like let me go into application properties. If I was to just put some any argument in here, blah, right, and then I try to run this. In fact, I'll do that. Control C. Let me run that. All right, it's going to spit out, hey, I can't find that file, right? Which will seem confusing to you, because you can take that exact same command and it will actually run, okay, and it'll say it's running and finished. The problem is that just the way that Java works with running commands, it thinks this is part of the file name, and so it's not finding it. Okay, so all that to say, the scripts that you run need to have their arguments self-contained, okay, or need to be able to derive their arguments by reading a file or something else. Okay, hopefully that's pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, you know the drill. Just contact us at support@onlinephotosubmission.com. All right, in the next videos, we'll talk about probably about the storage services and how those work.